town. Tonight we're coming to you from Mrs. Marylin Bonnier, house in Springdale. We'll call her Corporal Marylin Bonnier, and we'll find out in a little while why we're calling her Corporal Marylin Bonnier. But we thought we've done a few interviews with some of the people that have been involved in the veterans and the Air Force and the Navy over the years, and we've never done an interview with a woman that was involved in any of those aspects. But we finally found one, and now we're going to bring her to you live here from Springdale. Welcome to the show, Ms. Bonnier.
Thank you.
Is not a name from here directly in the Springdale area, or probably Newfoundland. So where was it that you came from?
No, Bonnier originated in Quebec. My husband's parents originally came from Quebec. So it's a French name, but we don't speak French.
So you came from the English side of the Quebec part of the area?
No, I came myself personally from Ontario. My husband also. He was born in North Bay. I was born in northern Ontario, 200 miles south of James Bay, Kapuskasing, Ontario. And but his family came from Quebec, so that's where the Bonnier name originated.
No, all the way down near Newfoundland. We'll find out a little bit later why she's came to Newfoundland and what kept her here, and we know was such a beautiful province to come to. But we're going to get involved now in some of her service with the Royal Canadian Air Force, and like I said, she was a corporal with the Royal Canadian Air Force. So tell us a little bit about why you joined and some of the things you did while you were with the Royal Canadian Air Force.
I guess at the age of 20 you get itchy feet. So in 1950 I decided to join the military, and it was the RCAF branch of the service. And spent 5 years. 55 I was discharged. Most of my service, my basic training was in St. Jean, Quebec. The course training which I took was radar operator and plotter. That was done in Clinton, Ontario. And then I was transferred back to St. Hubert, Quebec. So spent quite a bit of time there. Then further along the line in Lac-Saint-Denis at the radar base there, and then north of Quebec City in Saint-Sauveur, Quebec.
Now, you didn't get to do any duty overseas, did you?
No, I didn't. I did have a posting which apparently was canceled, or something happened anyway, so I decided after 5 years it was time to get out and start back on Civvy Street.
Now, at the time that you joined the Royal Canadian Air Force, was there a lot of women involved in the Air Force at the time?
Oh yes, quite a few. I can't tell you exactly how many, the numbers, but the course I was on, I was course number 9 in 1950. So there were 8 courses ahead of me with approximately, I guess, 50 to 70 in the course.
Because most time when you see movies that involve war stories, you'll always see the women as nurses or anything, but you actually took part in some of the radar training, didn't you not?
Yes, that was part of it. You could enter practically any aspect of the service, whichever you wanted to do. Apparently there were demands for this trade at the time, so they tried to direct a lot towards that trade. And
was there quite a few women involved in it when you were there?
Oh yes, there were. Yeah, I think we had, in the course I was on for the radar course, I think we had approximately 35 in that course.
Because like I said, you don't see a lot of women portrayed in movies,
no.
And you wonder now if the truth was always told when they were showing the movies, but I guess that was back in the early war days.
That was probably in the war days. Most of the girls were doing office work to relieve the men for the front lines, other than nurses or ambulance workers and things like that. Or if you were in transportation, like our queen, she was ATS. So that was during the war.
Now, throughout the tours of the things that you did in your training, tell us some of the experiences that you experienced, some of the good things and probably some of the bad things.
You're making me go back quite a few years. That's 45 years ago. A lot of things. No, this is 50. That's 55 years ago. Pardon me. My mathematics is not very good. Oh my, I don't know where to begin, or I just don't know what to say. I enjoyed my 5 years there. We met a lot of people. We did a lot of social activities, and you were on special parades. You did special training as far as drilling went, and mostly you worked the same as you did on South Street. That was part of your job, and you did your job.
So being in the Royal Canadian Air Force actually was a job, and it was almost the same as going to work every day like we normally do today.
Oh yes, yes, yeah.
Now, once you tendered your 5 years and you came back to the civilian life, what did you take up as a job when you left the Royal Canadian Air Force?
Well, when I got out of the Air Force, I found that the work I did was not applicable on Civvy Street. Now, if you were in that line of work, you could go in for the trade of air traffic controller. But I mean, of course, women weren't involved in that at the time. So I decided I'd take a nursing assistance course. So that's what I did, and I obtained my registered nursing assistant. So I worked at that for a couple of years after graduating, and up until the time I got married.
Now, mentioning the time you got married, you never came to Newfoundland, I guess, as a nurse, or is that what brought you here?
No, we came to Newfoundland in 1961. My husband came in June. That was the time of the fires all around Badger and Gander in that year, very bad. And he was sent here with Boyles Brothers Drilling to do work around Badger area and different areas of the community. So we moved then in the fall of '61.
And you say you came here to do drilling. Am I to understand right that your husband was part of the official opening of petrol drilling here in Springdale area?
Yes. In 1968. He worked for the drilling company he came with, and I can't recall now for sure, but another company took over Boyles Drilling, and he still worked with them doing drilling for the mines in various areas all around the province and Labrador.
Now, did you come here and get a job as a nurse, or did you take up a different trade?
No, I didn't work at all in Newfoundland as a paid employee, because I was married and had two small children. And in a couple of years later, we had two more children added to our family, so that's a full-time job.
Full-time mother's job, isn't it?
Full-time mother's job is right.
Now, being a full-time mother, though, you had time for volunteer work, and you took up a lot of volunteer work.
Yes, the children were involved with in swimming and in minor hockey, so that meant that mother had to drive them back and forth and to various events. And I also joined the United Church Women here. I was a member of the WA, which is Women's Association of the church before I came, and it changed to the United Church Women. So I joined that, and still am a member of the United Church Women. Was a charter member of the Lioness Club, and took part in all canvassing of the town when asked, and later became part of the Legion when I felt that maybe my services could be used. That was in 1971, so I'm still active in the Legion 30 years later.
Now, active in the Legion, you do quite a bit with the Legion, and you're on the executive, I understand.
Yes, my executive position presently is treasurer. I've been treasurer for the last 7 years, with a break of 2 years and 4 years prior to that. But I've held the office of secretary, public relations officer, president for a couple of years, and then, as I say, treasurer. But I also help out and look after the planning of Remembrance and Poppy campaign as well.
So that's a big thing to take on now, even as a volunteer, is the Poppy campaign, because that seems to be a big thing every year.
Yes, it is. It involves all the communities of our Green Bay district, and it's seeing that poppies are ordered, distributed, money's collected, counted, and the end results, and then all these activities and amounts have to be reported to our provincial command as well. So just recently now a report went to St. John's. Included with this also involves the schools and children through remembrance literary posters and the essay and poem contests. So we contact the schools and try to get as much support as possible. Lately we haven't had as much response as we had hoped, and I don't know the reason for it, but there is substantial awards for children that do submit materials, and they're judged locally by competent retired teachers. So the Legion has no input into actually who the winners are. It's outside the Legion that decides this. So once our winners are decided upon, the materials are sent to St. John's. They're judged there, and then from there they go to Ottawa for the national.
Now, just before we started this little interview, I understood you said that you had to go to our school. Now, this might be aired a little bit after the actual presentation's done, but you do have some presentations to make in our school here at Valmont.
Yes, we do. We had a very nice response for the poster contest. Apparently the students had a project that had to do with various events of the First World War, and we got some beautiful posters. And I haven't sent that on yet. It would be nice to show maybe that poster that is receiving first place for our area. Now that will go on to St. John's.
Well, we will do that as we run the titles at the end of the show. We'll run the picture and we'll run the titles over it. But as a person that's involved in the Legion, what do you think we can do to help the younger generation continue to remember the veterans and what it was all about?
I think, as they do in all schools for Remembrance Day programs, they involve the children fully. They try to get them to give their ideas of how veterans should be remembered, especially those that gave their lives. And I think we have to keep up this aspect of remembrance. If we don't, the younger children won't know what happened years ago. But it's important for them, because if it wasn't for the lives given, they wouldn't have the freedom today. We say freedom when many countries are still at war, but still in all, Canada is free.
Now, you've been here quite a number of years and stayed here in Newfoundland. What kept you here in Newfoundland?
My husband's work up until '78, and then the general area, the province. We love Newfoundland. It's much like Northern Ontario. Anyone that has traveled that area will readily agree that Newfoundland is much similar, and this is our home. I have only one older brother that lives in Northern Ontario and a sister in BC, so my family is all gone, and this is home to us.
So you'll be staying here till the day you finally retire for good?
I imagine so. My husband is buried here in Springdale, so when my time comes, I'll be joining him. And my family say they're Newfoundlanders at heart. They'll be back home when they retire.
That's nice to see. Now, thanks for letting us come in and interrupt your day today. When we came by, you were out shoveling this beautiful snow we're getting today, but it's always nice to take a break from that.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
Thanks again. Now, tune in again next week, same time, same channel, for an interesting story just the same as you got tonight. See you then.